Hi, and welcome to BB's Crafty Haven. I am Belinda. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel. I am so excited to say that today is the Just Your Imagination Challenge, one of my favorite challenges. Our hosts are Brenda from Rustic and Lace and Kathy Jo from Kathy Jo DIYs. And our co-host today, congratulations Carolyn from Crafty Classy. Congratulations on winning last month's challenge. This challenge this month is, we have 3 items. We have a sponge, an egg, which can be a plastic or wooden egg, and a ladle. So I'm very excited. I can't wait to show you what I did. Again, I want to thank you for stopping by, and please, please, please comment. Thank you for everybody who commented on my last video. I really appreciate it. I did read them, but I didn't mark that I read them yet. But I actually did read them, and I really appreciate it. And I love all of you, and I love all of my subscribers. Please remember to give me a thumbs up along with all the players in this challenge. There will be a playlist in my description box below. Remember to please give everybody a thumbs up. It really helps everybody's channel grow. Again, I really appreciate you stopping by, and I hope you enjoy this show and everything I made today. Thank you. Okay, DIY number 1. We're going to start this project off with one of those wood rounds from Dollar Tree, and I am going to cover it all in my wax from Folk Art. After I get that covered, we're going to set that aside to dry, and then I'm going to take these letters I got from Amazon, and I'm going to use my apple barrel from white. And these eggs are from Easter from Dollar Tree, and I just took them and I took these clippers and I just clipped them in half. And believe it or not, those were a little harder to cut than I thought they would be. Either that or I got really crappy scissors. And I just put a white coat over, well, first I took them outside and I spray painted them just with whatever I had of a white color, and then I painted them white because I wanted the paints to stick. So yeah, I basically primed them. And I painted them in pumpkin, white, and an ocean breeze. And I'm just going to stack them on top of each other on that wood round. And I'm just using some hot glue. And they are plastic, so be careful. But I'm going to put 2 side by side. 2 halves side by side, and then I'm going to put the other half on top, and I'm going to do this with the other 2 colors as well. And I'm going to put those, I think I show you where I position them, but I don't think I show you guys me hot gluing them down. But I'm going to put the other 2 above the orange one. And then I'm going, after I get those on and hot glued on, I'm going to take these sticks. I think I actually got a pack of them either from Dollar Tree or Hobby Lobby. I don't remember. But you can also go in your backyard and grab some. But I'm just going to hot glue those down and put those in the middle of those eggs, or as we're going to call them now, pumpkins. And once I get those down, I guess I'm going to show me gluing all 3 of those down. That's okay. Alright, once we get those down, okay, I did glue my letters down that say Hello Fall that I painted in the white from Apple Barrel, and I'm going to take that wood glue from Dollar Tree and glue all those down. Now I already glued some of them down because I didn't think you wanted to watch me glue them all down. Probably I could have skipped even showing you any of them. It's not hard to do, but I do like to use the wood glue because I like to be able to move my letters around a little bit, because it does take a second to dry. It still dries pretty quick. Like the H is already dry, I couldn't move it. But as of right now, that's what we have so far. And then I'm going to take this moss and we're going to stick those on top of those eggs so I can cover. There's actually like a hole up there from where the eggs don't really touch, And I'm just going to tack that down, and I do take some scissors and I trim them to make them look a little prettier or better. But I just glue a whole bunch, put a bunch of hot glue down and stick it down, and then I don't think I show me taking my scissors and trimming them. And I'm going to show you guys all of this as well. This is what happens when you edit a week ago and then do a voiceover. You don't remember what you did or how much you show. Alright, now we're going to take the sponge, which was personally I think a pain in the butt, because I didn't really know what to do with it, but we just want the green part, and once I kind of started in on it, it just ripped apart. And I got this from Dollar Tree, and I'm just trying my best to rip that off. Try to take as much of that yellow sponge with it. I really didn't like touching it. I didn't like the way it felt. And then we cut out like little leaves from the green part of the sponge. And we're going to just stick those on the top of every pumpkin. And I think I don't know if I did the one up in the corner or not already or not, but yeah, we're just going to stick those in there. And then I make a bow. And these are just got from Dollar Tree. I think I actually got those last year, but I think they're selling them this year too. And all I'm going to do with these is I'm going to take some hot glue and just hot glue the ends together, and then pinch the middle and use jute to tie it off. And be careful, because these are like a burlap, so be careful with the hot glue. Burn your fingers. And I don't know if I show what I do next or not. Okay, there's the jute. We're just going to cut some off, and like I said, I'm going to scrunch it in the middle and tie it off. And I can't remember, sometimes I do them individually and sometimes I do them together, just because I can't always seem to hold them right. But okay, I guess I am going to show this all to you. In case you didn't know how to tie jute around the bow, I guess I needed to show it. But that's pretty much it for that bow, after I floof it up and make it all pretty and double knot it. And there's our bow. And then I took these leaves from Dollar Tree, and I cut some off, and I just took some twine and connected them together with twine. And I do this all the time with my flowers because I think it holds better with the hot glue. So I just stick a bunch of hot glue down and then stick that on top of it, and I believe it holds better that way. It actually gives something for the hot glue to really grip on, and then it also helps with me tacking down my bow as well. And then I just pile a lot more hot glue on top. And then once I get that done, I got these things off of Amazon. They're little pieces, but they came with pumpkins and acorns and leaves and stuff. And I'm just going to stick that in the middle. I can't even remember what they were called or how I came across them on Amazon. They weren't that much, but I got like 100 of them, I think. I don't know. But that's it for this. I do add the string back. Let me know in the comment box below what you think. And this puts us on to DIY number 2. We're going to take those 2 boards from Dollar Tree. And I actually make 2 of these, but I only show me making 1. I'm going to take popsicle sticks, and I'm going to connect those boards with that. And I use hot glue and wood glue for that. And once I get that done, I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to take my spackling, and those 2 middle holes you see I'm going to cover because we don't want those. but we want the ends, so I left the ends blank. I didn't cover the ends with the spackling, obviously. And once we get that done and I sand that down, I take my white from Apple Barrel and I paint the whole thing. Once I get that done, I take my folk art wax and I dry brush it all over it. Kind of give it a rustic look. And once I get that the way I like it, we're going to kind of set that aside to dry for now. And then I'm going to take these ladles. I got these ladles from Dollar Tree. And I think those were actually $1.75. I'm not 100% sure with the increase in prices. But I'm going to take them, and this was very easy. Oh, okay. First I'm going to take jute and just wrap around all that black handle. And I do it for both of those. Like I said, I'm making two, but only showing you one. But once you get that black, I also hot glued in certain spots where I thought it might need it along the way. And then we're going to take it and bend it. We're going to bend that so the handle is up straight. And the ladle part's flat. I don't know what you want to call it, the scoopy part. I don't know. And because that's too shiny and too new, I'm going to take my wax and just kind of dirty it up. I think I do 2 coats, but just enough to make it look old. Nothing special. You don't even really have to do the inside of that because you're not going to see it. Okay, once I get my ladle all looking rusty and not so shiny, we're going to take our board and I'm going to adjust where I want my ladle. And then I'm going to take a pen or pencil and mark 2 little dots on either side of that ladle. And then I'm going to take my handy hand drill. I do here in a minute. And we're going to drill holes right through it. And then once we get the holes drilled, I'm going to take my jute, and at first I realized I did this backwards. You don't want the loop on the back, you want the loop on the front. See, once I did that I'm like, oh crap, I did it wrong. So I had to take it apart and redo it. You want the loop in the front because you're going to tie it in the back. But that's what you want. And then we're going to put the ladle back in where I'd like it to lay, and I'm going to pull that really, really tight. And to keep that in place, I take some hot glue and I just hot glue it down to hold it. And no, the hot glue won't stick to that metal, but it's going to stick long enough for me to tie the back end of it. I just need it to sit still long enough for me to tie it. So I'm going to flip that over. And I'm going to tie that as tight as I can, and I'm going to double knot that. I wish I had a third finger or another hand that I can have someone hold the middle, but keep it tight. But then I'm going to take a bunch of hot glue. Oh, yeah, I take masking tape as well. And I put a bunch of hot glue down on that knot, and then I take some masking tape and I put it over that hot glue while it's still hot. And then of course I cut off the excess jute. And that's what we have so far. And then I'm going to make a little bow, and I just do the awareness ribbon, and then I take jute and I scrunch it in the middle and take jute and tie it off. If you ever watch Brenda for Rustic and Lace, she does it all the time and she does a great job at it. I don't know why I have a lot of trouble with bows, but I already did that. That's what it's going to look like. And then I'm going to tie that right there in the middle. And here's where I took a leaf like I got from Amazon, just like that pumpkin, and I put that in the middle of that bow, but I kind of wish I would have done like a rustic star. I don't know. Let me know what you think. I think a rustic star would have looked better. I also added a hanger to it too, but you guys know how to put hangers on, so I'm going to take those LED lights that you can get from Dollar Tree, and I already had one open. And I take those, I don't know what that's called. It's double-sided tape. It's really thick. You can get them at Dollar Tree. I just need it to hold down the candle, because you don't want to glue it down because of the battery pack, and you want to be able to take it off and switch the light on and off. So you really don't want anything permanent. But I can also tell you, once I put that wax down, I had trouble getting it to stick. So if I redid this, I wouldn't have put the wax in the center part of that ladle. And then I just take some moss and put around it. And I really don't tack that down either, because I might want to change this out. Who knows? And then I trim it up to make it look a lot better and not so ragged. And that is it. And I will show you both of them together. I think I do, or I just show you the one. I know at the end I show both of them on the final reveal. But I'm going to show you what it looks like with the light on. I think it turned out really pretty. I actually really like these. See, I had trouble getting the candle to stick down because of the wax, but that's what it looks like when it's on. And I turned the lights off so you could see what it looks like. I think it turned out really cool. I like the way it looks. And then that puts us on to DIY number 3. And again, we're going to take another wood round from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to cover it in white by Apple Barrel. Once I cover it white by Apple Barrel, I'm going to take my gray granite from Apple Barrel and dry brush it all over the wood round. I think I put 2 coats of the white Apple Barrel, by the way. And then just dry brush that until you get the look you like. And then I left all that in. Okay, after that, I'm going to take these wood letters, and I got nutmeg and I got pumpkin from Craftsmart, and my pumpkin wasn't dark enough. I wanted more of a burnt orange, so all I did was add Apple Barrel or the nutmeg to the orange to make it that dark. And I paint the larger letters in the orange and the smaller ones in the brown. Sorry, I actually cut out more than I should have on that one. But then I take these biscuits that I got off of Amazon, and I cut the end off to make it flat. And I'm going to take yellow, orange, green, and red. And I'm going to paint all those. And you can see on the side that they're all painted. And again, I think I cut out more than I should have on this. Either I cut out too much or not enough, I don't know. But I sawed that a little bit to get it started, and once I got it started, I could just easily snap it off, which I'm going to show you right now. See, it just pulls apart. And that plastic ladle I got from Dollar Tree. And we don't need the handle, so I just threw the handle away. Once we get that, I'm going to take my brown nutmeg, and I am going to dab it all over. I take a sponge dabber and dab it all over there, and I think I do like 3 coats. And then I take a pencil, and I look at a drawing, and I draw a face on it. And right now but you couldn't see the pencil mark, so I didn't bother showing me drawing that. But I just take a paint pen and just trace out the pencil marks I made. And I started coloring these with my paint pens, but it wasn't giving me the colors I wanted, and I thought it just didn't turn out good at all. So I ended up just using my actual acrylic paints to paint it with a small brush, detail brush. And I think I start showing, yeah, okay, I do start showing you guys with the markers, but like I said, it looked bad. It looked really, really bad. Ended up having to take my paint and go over it. But once I get that done, like I said, I just painted it, and that's what it looks like when it's finished. I should have showed more of that, but. And then I take a little bit of my Tite Bond and hot glue, and I'm gonna tack this down. I should have done this with the eggs as well. Use a little bit of Tite Bond and some hot glue. Kind of a combination. So you have that permanent and permanent hold and fast hold. But we're going to take our little turkey head and we're going to lay it down at the bottom. And then once I get that laid down, we're going to take our biscuits that I painted. Once I stop fussing with the head. And here's where we take our biscuits. And at first I just lay them down. And I start with one right in the middle at the top and then work my way around. Kind of helps make them even. And the middle one I made it red, and then I went orange on each side, then green on each side, and then yellow on each side, and then red again. It's kind of like a little bit of a pattern I used. That's what I should have showed when I was figuring out what colors I wanted to do the turkey feathers. But once I get those down, I think I just use wood glue to tack them down. Okay, no I don't. I use hot glue. My bad. But there was a gap between the biscuits and the turkey head, and I didn't like that. So I took some jute and some hot glue, and we're just going to push that down around the head to cover that little bit of a gap. It wasn't a big gap, but it was enough that it bothered me. And I like the way this turned out. It was a good decision on the jute to go around the turkey head. And I'll just cut off that extra. And now we have our turkey. Gobble, gobble. And then I believe I take my letters next. It says wobble until you gobble. Or no, gobble till you wobble. I got it wrong. I got it backwards. But I'm going to take wood glue and put my letters down. Like I said, I like to do the wood glue because I can move it. But gobble till you wobble. I saw that on Pinterest, that saying, and I loved it. So then we're going to make a bow, and I'm basically going to do the same kind of bows that I normally do. I'm just going to do the awareness ribbon and pinch it down the middle and use jute to connect them. The awareness ribbon. Right now I'm just trying to measure out the size that I want. And that's just me showing you that I did the awareness ribbon, and I'm going to pinch it in the middle, and then I'm going to do the same with that burlap. And I got both of those at Dollar Tree, by the way. And there's our bow. And I tack that down, and you'll see the tails are a little long. I do trim those, and I actually end up tacking some of those down eventually because it covers up the words. But I take another little piece that I got from Amazon, that little pumpkin, and I stick that in the middle of my bow. And I believe that's it for this project. I think that's all I did. Oh, I added the hanger back. And that's it. There it is. Gobble till you wobble. I love that sign. But now we're on to our final reveal. And this is everything we did today. Our Hello Fall, our little candlesticks, candle holders, I mean, and our little turkey. Please, please comment in the box below and let me know what you think. I love hearing your comments. I love reading them. I don't always comment back, but I do read them all. I promise, I really do. Again, thank you for watching, and please remember to like, subscribe, and give me a thumbs up along with everybody in the playlist.